what made me do climate change and green hydrogen when I'm not a climate activist is the data, because when we say we are from Harvard University, we are driven by data. We are the leaders of tomorrow. They don't make us for today. So when you look at the reports, they are alarming, and they are saying that South Asia will sink. And these are the reports which are coming from World Bank, the most credible sources of IMF dashboard, ICI MOD reports on Hindu Kush Himalayan region. Okay? And Hindu Kush Himalayan region, whenever we say glacier पिघल रहा है, we think glacier कहीं पे पिघल रहा है, but glacier is actually 8 glaciers are in the disputed area of Jammu and Kashmir. And the rest 4 are flowing from China, Bangladesh, Bhutan downwards, which means even a half a degree of rise is good enough to make sure that all surrounding areas, border areas in India are underwater. So I think that's enough to tell you that why I said it is the United Nations International Day of Peace, which I support. And this year's theme is Action for Peace. So I thought the biggest action we could take was on climate change. And we should have no doubt in our mind that we have found the replacement. It is green hydrogen. We have someone, Mr. Vinil Mittalji, sitting here with us today who will talk about that in detail. We have Anil Renalji here who's going to talk about storage. Then we also have Takuya-san from NL Advisory, who is going to really tell us how to also calculate carbon footprint, as simple as that. That is something that we don't know. And what are the solutions and tools available in the Indian market right now? And I have my friend here. This is not an interview. We are just going to have a discussion on the importance of journalism in creating green hydrogen economy or an industry during this energy transition. So I have given you the background. If you have anything that is an apprehension that you would probably want me to clear, I'll be very happy to do that.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's indeed, before we start, I talk about the journalism and climate change vis-a-vis. So I must congratulate Rachna and her team for this initiative, because this is the need of the hour. Why I'm a journalist and why I am here. I'm not a climate warrior, or I'm not a I write about the climate, I keep traveling here and there, and we almost every day, like it said that journalist is never a master of one thing. They are jack of all trades. So we come to know about the climate things, we understand those things. But like she rightly said, media's role in climate change, in understanding the climate change and making the people aware, that is very, very important. Why I readily agreed. She spoke to me. I always believe in, I'll just sum up with the one thing, if it's like something in mathematics, most of you might be knowing, it's A, when we write A square plus B square, it is something 2, you square it, 2 to 4, 4 plus 4, 8. But when, now if at this organization, she is working, Harvard alumni, few people are working on this. Vinij is working on green hydrogen or the climate change. As a journalist, I am working. We are working in isolation. As of now, media is working in isolation. Ministries are working in isolation. Even the individuals who are the climate change flag bearers, they are working in isolation. So A square plus B square, this becomes 8 only if we take the value of A and B as the 2. But when it becomes A plus B and we square it whole, then it becomes 64. 8 into 8. That is the real value. Now, that is why I readily agreed that once this is she has created a platform. Government of India in 22, I believe, they passed that green hydrogen mission policy, and they defined the green hydrogen and everything. That was considered as a very revolutionary step. So now when 2 individuals, 3 individuals, this is, that's why I'm congratulating, and I'm saying this is the very, very, whenever the green hydrogen or the climate change, the role of the green hydrogen and climate change, history would be written. I believe that this conference which we are having today here, this gathering, this will be the foundation stone of that, bringing A, B, C, D, and all the 4 factors or the 5 factors which are working in different directions, bringing on a single platform. So as far as the media is concerned, you might be having different experiences, I believe, with the media also. In media, I readily agree that, and I have no inhibition in making a plain statement that in media, the reporting of the climate change, that is just restricted to like 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I believe that was first green hydrogen fueled bus was launched. But that coverage was more or less, that was not making the people aware that what is the importance of that. So where is the gap? I think the people like you, your organizations, or Mr. Vineet, or A or B, or other, Saurabh ji or Megha ji, whatever, whosoever is working in different directions, they need to collaborate with the media and have those stories published. They have to do the public awareness, not just that the bus has been launched. How this is going to change the future, how this is going to. So here, I think our collaboration and kind of your role, like you must be having, I would like to know from your horse's mouth, that is, you might have approached few people. You might have, whenever you are talking about this green hydrogen, you might be taking initiative to get or to rope in various people from the media. How was the response? I believe that must be a cold response. I am ready to receive that reply. That must be a cold response.
I think with due respect, I wouldn't name anyone, but I will tell you when Mr. Vineet Mittal raised $1 billion for green hydrogen, which is a pride for not only our country, but for entire Asia. I don't think there is anyone right now taking risk in frontier market like South Asia. That too in something that is, like he said, no awareness. Nobody knows what is green hydrogen, right? I said, you have the best. I spoke to a top journalist who happens to be my friend today. I know if he listens to this, he will know, but I have to say this for the betterment of our country, that I said, you have the best story now. He said, what is it? And I mentioned, and his response was, can you give this story to XYZ? Again, another news channel I don't want to name, which is known for just gossip and entertainment. So that is when I realized the gap in the market and the role of adoptive leader. And I'll tell you where it comes from. When I wrote to President Bakau of Harvard University, updating him about all the work that I have done so far and I intend to do, and the current status of South Asia, whether that is in regard to SDG 17-706, which is peace, justice, absence of peace, justice, and institutions, absence of clean access to clean energy, and of course, climate action. He responded by sending me a course on adoptive leadership in humanitarian crisis. Okay, and that course, I mean, we have done. Everybody here. We have the president of Harvard Club of India, Vishal, right now. Sanjay is here. I can see Ashok, I can see Sunita, so many. I can see Sakshi, Mandeep, Saurabh. Everyone here has done leadership course. But that course is so unique. It says, leadership is not an authority that somebody gives you. It is not a title or a job. Leadership is an activity that you choose to do when you see that no one else is taking an initiative. It's an initiative that you take in crisis and you decide to drop it when it's over. So it's not something that I'm attached with, that, oh, today I stood up for this and I want to die with it. Tomorrow, if this happens, if the governments, the media, the promoters, and everyone else in the hydrogen chain, comes together, no, I think I will drop it. So my idea is that we have to create a very big, long chain of good people to do good of the world, to do good of this country, to do good for South Asia, because it is sinking. So I think my request will be that you should be that change. And we should not do media when it comes to climate change and green hydrogen. We should do journalism. And that starts with, of course, educating yourself. We have something called digital infrastructure, where I talk about green hydrogen, climate change, and small, simple, because everybody doesn't have time to read reports, right? So I just make it simple, edible. Secondly, we have on a larger platform just signed a knowledge leadership with, knowledge partnership with NLX Advisory. They are having these solutions to like they'll tell you what is your carbon footprint, what is the carbon footprint of this room, what is the carbon footprint of Constitution of India. You know, like there are so many events that happen here. We've done very simple setup because we wanted to have some contribution in carbon neutrality. So, and waste and recycle and things like that. So sitting in Constitution Club of India, which is a government body, and if we have a net zero neutrality goal, I think they have to first stop using the, you know, the banners, the plastic, and things like that. I have mineral water here, which is again, but I'm just saying that whatever we can do. So that company at a larger scale, macro level, obviously is consulting the multinationals, but at a smaller level, we would like to bring that to the local businesses who are not aware. I spoke to Raghavendra Rathore, who said, okay, well, I really want to be a change maker when it comes to fashion and retail, but how do I calculate my carbon footprint? I don't know. I don't have the tool. I don't have the you know, solution. So that's when companies like NLX coming. This is information that is available on a website for free. They have been very kind for the betterment of our society. And we have something from Mr. Anil Ranal, who is also sitting here, from Jacobs Engineering. There is a presentation on our website. Please go and have a look at it. Please give it to all the journalists also so they can start doing stories on it.
Absolutely. The first step, like I said, media plays in today's world, media plays, I agree, that very, very crucial role in propagating the right kind of agendas. And this climate change, since it affects everybody, only those who understand, they are very, very open for this. Like we are really grateful to Minister Sahib Som Prakash ji. I spoke to him that day over the phone, and he says, I sent the invitation letter, and he talked about the topic. What's the topic? I said, this is a climate change. And he readily agreed, because we know, even in his constituency or in a Sharpur, he talks about and he gives specific attention to the climate change. He did, be it, say, plantation of the trees or whatever. So in Jagran, like I represent a media, what we did is, realizing this importance of the same climate change, like you mentioned, most of us don't know how to calculate carbon footprints. Okay, how much my office or my daily life is leaving, what's the carbon footprint for that? We created a survey kind of thing, and we circulated it in the schools. That's named Sanskar Shala, we call it. This is now, we have to inculcate this carbon footprints or the climate change as a sanskar, like we do, we teach the kids, honesty is the best policy, something. So we have to go to that level, only then this. So this is an initiation we have done, that we created the Sanskar Shala. We give them a questionnaire of 20, we circulated in all the schools. Students are calculating, they are answering 20 very simple questions, and they are answering, and at the end of the day, their footprints comes. If it is below the 100 or more than 100, then there are certain suggestions that you need to do this. Then after 20 days, they have to do that, and if they lower that carbon footprint, they are issued the certificates or the given prizes and all. I believe we have to start from the very scratch level, be it at the ministerial level, be it at the warriors level, or be it at the media level. Once we do in collaboration with each other, we can't do in isolation. We have to, the point is very clear, the message is very loud and clear, if we have to cater to the needs of the, whatever the climate change is demanding from the country, like this carbon mission, government can do at the level they did it. Now it's up to you, me, and all of us, that how we create the awareness, and this has to be done strategically. We can't achieve overnight, but this has to be done strategically.
So I think I will close it by appealing to the president of Harvard Club of India, Harvard Alumni Entrepreneurs, South Asia chapter. We have 2 chairs here. That I think we need to bring all of these intellectuals together, because they are sitting at very important positions in multinational corporations, in businesses, in all of that, and they can go back and contribute. And start actually doing the groundwork that the government has been asking for since 2016. They teach us change, they teach us innovation. I think we should not be so scared of embracing change, and that is my message today. With that, I will say thank you very much, Amit, for agreeing to...
like I mentioned, this initiation, whatever has been done here, since India just hosted the G20 and they passed on the presidency to the Brazil. Brazil has already declared the theme, one of the themes is the climate change. So at this time when India has taken a lead, and such organizations, I believe, we talk about the South Asia, so G20, when the presidency has been given to the Brazil and they are talking, they have already declared that will be the major point of concern for them. So I think such steps would actually lead the India to the way they achieve. They want to achieve in the 2000, they have put the mission as to, I believe, 2030 and 2047. So if we get all together and take a leap forward, certainly we will achieve. And this program, I must say, will be the part of the history in that. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I think you have a bigger task of joining all the journalists of this country. It is my request. You join the journalists of entire country and educate them. And whatever help is required from our end, we are happy to do that. We'll be very happy to do that. We'll get them to all the trailblazers, whoever they want to interview, whoever they want to, because they also want to filter information. They don't want to go to everyone. So we'll get them the most, the best technical experts, whatever they want. Thank you so much, Amit. Thank you.